Good morning, everybody. I'm Danielle Knox, and welcome to The Balancing Act. Today, we're talking turkey with Chef Jay, who can add a dash of flavor to your holiday dishes. And we have one of the most important life decisions you can make for your baby from the baby experts. All that and more great stuff today on The Balancing Act. All righty, well, the holidays are right around the corner, and we all know what that means. It means food, and yeah, more food. You know, usually it's not exactly all that healthy, right? But it can be. Chef Jay Wolfson from Prestige Catering is in the kitchen today to show us how we can eat holiday healthier without sacrificing taste. Hello, Chef Jay.
Hi, Danielle. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for being here with us this morning on The Balancing Act. And I got to tell you, when I was looking at the notes for your appearance, I was so excited to have you. Then I looked down and I see we're going to be making, what is it, turkey with bourbon sauce and stuffing?
That's right.
That's actually good for you?
That's right.
Are we going to lose some of the taste in all of this?
Absolutely not. Using Mrs. Dash salt-free blends, we're going to achieve great recipes today without all the sodium.
Well, everything smells so wonderful. Let's start off with that turkey with bourbon sauce. What do we have?
Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, we have Mrs. Dash sodium-free chicken grill blend.
Yeah.
Smell that.
Oh, that's what I was smelling.
This smells great.
Smells awesome.
We also have some bourbon. We're not going to drink it.
You
We're
sure
using
about
it for
that?
the recipe.
All right, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay.
With fresh garlic,
Okay.
fresh rosemary, and some orange juice.
Okay.
Are you ready how easy this is?
Yeah, it's got to be easy for a lot of us busy working moms out there.
We're going to throw it all into a Ziploc bag, give it a quick little shake. We're going to reserve some of it aside for a surprise I have later.
Okay.
Then we're going to throw our turkey breast into the Ziploc bag, give it a zip, give it another few shakes, and throw it back in the refrigerator for a few hours or overnight.
Oh, and that's all there is to it, huh?
That's all there is.
All right, so we come home from work or we come home from picking up the kids for school, and then what?
We're going to take that bag out. We're going to take the turkey. We're going to throw it on the grill. We're going to keep on basting it, flipping it a few times until we reach about 160 degrees. And then we're going to pull it off the grill and hold it aside for a little bit.
All right, so that sounds very easy. And I noticed that we also have cranberry sauce here, and I was telling you off camera that cranberry sauce, I could literally eat out of the can. It's one of my favorite things in the whole wide world. But we're not using this as a side dish here today, are we?
No, we're not.
All right.
And I'll tell you, the Hollies isn't complete without cranberry sauce.
Absolutely not.
We're going to take that marinade that we reserved aside. We're going to mix that with our cranberries. We're going to put it in, saute it. We're going to, cook it for about 10 minutes until it thickens up a little bit. And then we're going to drizzle that right over our turkey breast. Doesn't that sound great?
Sounds absolutely amazing.
Absolutely.
All right, so when we have our turkey, we know we always have to have our
stuffing.
I mean, really, no holiday feast is complete without it.
No, definitely not. Well, simply, we're going to take some onions, some celery, and some mushrooms.
We have our onions here.
Yeah.
I love onions, too.
I do, too.
Yeah, I do. But this is what I think I was smelling earlier.
Mrs. Dash's original blend.
Okay. It smells so good.
Well, we're going to take some of our breadcrumbs, some of our vegetables that we sauteed, our chicken stock, some sage, and Mrs. Dash's original blend. Okay. We're going to put that all, mix it all up good. Put it into our casserole dish and bake for about 45 minutes. That's it, Danielle.
Now, this is what's great, because when you take this and you're able to just what? Just mix it all together.
Just mix it all together.
Like this, pop it in your casserole dish, and you're done.
You're done. 45 minutes, you're sitting down for a turkey and stuffing dinner.
Oh, you have given us some really wonderful recipe ideas. If people want even more recipes, Chef Jay, where can we go?
It's so simple. Just go to mrsdash.com. They've got all the recipes there and some really great tips as well.
All right, so coming over to cook for me this Thanksgiving?
I'm for hire.
All righty, well, as long as you're not too expensive, I think I can afford you. We appreciate you being here with us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle.
Can we get to eating now?
Let's go.
All right, so this is the turkey here. All right. Be sure and visit thebalancingact.com all through November and sign up for the Gift of Music giveaway. You could be one of the lucky 100 winners who will receive a Yamaha guitar or a keyboard. Take your pick and play. Well, if you're a new mom or a mom-to-be, you are most likely heavily involved in planning and preparing for your little ones so that they're safe, secure, and healthy when they arrive and in the future. But in your preparing, you might have forgotten one responsibility that could really be the most important one of your life: purchasing adult life insurance. So here to make it all easy and help explain all of this is David Feer, Vice President of Gerber Life Insurance Company, and Becky Rundles, a new first-time mom. Congratulations, Becky.
Thank you.
And welcome to you, David.
Thank you.
I didn't know that Gerber did life insurance. We all know you as the baby food company.
Well, Gerber Products, which started about 80 years ago, is in the baby food business. And about 40 years ago, they created Gerber Life Insurance Company. And basically, they created us to really focus on new parents and young moms and making sure we can provide them with life insurance products that really are affordable. So we've been in business now since about 1967.
Okay. Well, you know, and I know for you, Becky, in preparing for the arrival of your child, life insurance wasn't really something that you had thought about previously. Why hadn't you purchased adult life insurance?
Well, we did think about it, but it was as the delivery date approached, and then the baby came, and we were busy being new parents, and it was just really confusing to decide what to do. We did a lot of research online, and we also asked family and friends, and what we found is that there are a lot of choices, and this is a big decision for us. We want to make sure we make the right one.
So, Becky, what kinds of questions were going through your mind as you were trying to find the right plan for your family?
Well, we knew we needed life insurance, but we weren't sure how much we needed and what we needed it for. And both of us, my husband and I, we have a little bit of life insurance through our employers. So we weren't sure if that was enough or if we needed to supplement that. And then you have all the different types of plans and choices. So it was overwhelming.
And so when you sit here next to someone like David, who obviously has a wealth of experience in this field, David, what can you tell Becky in order to make her decision-making process just a little bit easier?
Well, buying life insurance can be very, very confusing. And certainly there's lots of questions you need to get through and to understand. But the first question you got to ask yourself is, what do I need the life insurance for? And what you find is most times people buy life insurance because it's a reasonable way to buy something that you can afford that will provide your family with income if you should die prematurely. It's also a way to pay off debts, and it's a way to pay for a funeral.
How do you know how much life insurance you need?
One way to do it is to take the amount of income that you earn each year, multiply that by 3 or 5 times, and buy that amount of life insurance. Another way to do it is to figure out how much debt you have, your mortgage, home equity loan, car loans, those things, add it all up and buy that amount of life insurance.
We want to purchase the policy that's right for us. How do we go about doing that?
Well, basically, there's 2 types of life insurance. There's term and there's permanent. Term insurance usually goes from 10 to 30 years, and at the end of that period of time, the insurance ends. Permanent insurance is typically whole life insurance, and with whole life insurance, what you're going to find is it's going to cover your whole life. Now, term insurance is going to be less expensive because it's only for a shorter period of time. Whole life will be a little bit more expensive, covering your whole life, but what you're going to find with whole life insurance is the premium's never going to increase.
How do we know, though, which company we should buy life insurance from? Because I know I get flyers in the mail all the time.
Yeah, I think what you want to focus on is a company that's rated A or better, excellent, like Gerber Life. But you also want to find a company that you're comfortable with, a company that's going to listen to your situation and come up with a recommendation that really fits your needs.
All right, good advice, Becky. Yeah,
good.
absolutely. Thank you so much, David. So where can we go for more information?
Well, you can go to gerberlife.com, or you can call us. Our phone number's on our website, and we have people there who are really ready to help you and learn about your situation and make a good recommendation.
Well, thanks to you both for being here with us this morning. Congratulations once again on the new baby. What's new in the home? Brought to you by Sears. Stretch your dollar farther by choosing a new washer designed to conserve energy while still providing optimal laundry care. Look for the Energy Star label to ensure you're maximizing your money. Sears has a wide variety of washers and dryers to help take care of your laundry needs.
Whether you've locked yourself out of your car or had a tire blowout on the highway, all of us have experienced a driving mishap. With the average vehicle being driven 12,000 miles a year, it's not a matter of if we'll need roadside assistance, but when. Here to tell us what we can do to protect ourselves and our family from the unexpected is Wayne Abity, Senior Vice President of Signature Nationwide Auto Club. Welcome, Wayne.
Hello, Wendy.
So what should we be doing to prevent these mishaps on the road?
Well, it all starts when you originally purchase your vehicle. If you're buying a pre-owned vehicle, you should make sure that you get a vehicle history report to tell you if it's ever been in an accident or a flood or any types of...
How do you do that?
There's lots of different services online that you can use to do it with. Or if you're buying it from a dealer, oftentimes the dealer will just give you that type of information on those reports.
Do women tend to be better or worse at getting their maintenance done on time?
Well, actually, women tend to be a little bit better at it because what they do is they do it a little sooner, typically, than most men do. Men are more procrastinators.
We're prepared. Okay, so what are some things we should look for in a roadside assistance program?
Well, what you want to make sure that if, in those unexpected type circumstances, that you've got a comprehensive roadside assistance program that operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, gives you full coverage in the U.S. and Canada, and actually covers you in any vehicle that you may be in.
Would my roadside assistance program only apply to me or everyone in my family?
We actually have a variety of different programs. Some are individual programs, some are for couples, some are for families. The family programs, for example, cover you and up to 4 other individuals in your household, and they cover you whether they're driving the vehicle or whether you're a passenger. So, for example, if you've got a child away at school and you're unable to be there, that child is covered on an ongoing basis by a comprehensive plan that gives them the protection and gives you the peace of mind.
So if your college student is with their roommate's old jalopy off in college, they can still call for roadside assistance?
Absolutely, because it doesn't matter if it's their vehicle or if it's someone else's.
That sounds great, Wayne. Where can we go to find out more?
Well, you can go to bpmotorclub.com or aarpmotoring.com. There's a quick and easy online enrollment, and you can take advantage of the benefits instantly.
Oh, I love that. Wayne, thank you so much. This is all good information that we can use. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Wendy.
Ladies, do you ever wish that the day had more than 24 hours in it? If so, then check out thebalancingact.com, and we'll teach you some time management tips and much more. Current statistics from the CDC state that aside from non-melanoma skin cancer, breast cancer is the most common form of cancer in women and is the second leading cause of cancer deaths. Listen to these statistics. Over 186,000 women were diagnosed with breast cancer and 40,954 women died from breast cancer last year, Maribel.
It's just devastating. And here today to give us more information about a new test that can help detect if breast cancer has spread to the lymph nodes is Dr. Peter Blumenkrantz, Medical Director of Breast Health Services from More Implant Needs Healthcare. Doctor, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
What should a woman who has been diagnosed with breast cancer know?
Well, the first thing that happens when they come in with a new diagnosis is they're very frightened, needless to say. And they want to know what their chances are, whether this is spread. Unfortunately, we don't have a simple blood test to tell us whether it's spread, so we rely on the pathologist telling us the tumor size and, most importantly, whether lymph nodes under the arm called axillary lymph nodes are involved. And so our ability to assess those nodes is most important. Typically, we used to take all those nodes out, but there are side effects from big surgery like that, such as permanent arm swelling, which is undesirable.
Doctor, the GeneSearch breast lymph node assay was named one of the top 10 medical breakthroughs in 2007 by Time magazine. This is just the chemicals that are used. But how does this test differ from those you've done in the past?
Traditionally, most hospital laboratories will do a frozen section on a lymph node. They take each node that's removed, and then they'll take a little slice on a slide, freeze it, and stain it. But they're looking at a very small amount of lymph node, and if they miss the disease, only to come out on the final pathology, which turns up a few days later, it could mean coming back for a second surgery to remove those nodes under the arm to check all of them. With the new assay, we get on a molecular-based test to look at fully 50% of the node and get a result back within 30 to 35 minutes.
So, doctor, talk to us about the results of this test.
Well, the nice part about the molecular assay, GeneSearch assay, is that it evaluates fully 50% of the node instead of just a slice or two. The way we cut the nodes is to actually slice the node like a loaf of bread, and every other slice is homogenized, put in the blender, so to speak, and run through this very neat new technology molecular assay. We still, though, have the alternating slices, so to speak, which are saved and processed with a standard kind of pathology. So actually, the patient gets the benefit of the molecular test in the operating room, but still get the backup in the other 50% of node, some of which is sampled on so-called permanent section, which comes out 2 or 3 days later.
How has this technology really helped these women and help your practice?
The biggest difference is we have very few patients now going back for a second operation. And the other benefit is if this assay on half the node comes back negative, we can say with a great deal of confidence to the patient, your nodes are truly negative.
Which is great.
Absolutely.
Is there additional information that patients should be aware of?
I think it's always important, of course, to see what's appropriate for you from your own healthcare professional. Whether you're a candidate for sentinel node biopsy, if you have it done, is it appropriate for you to have other nodes removed at the same time? And those are individual questions. But I think in terms of the assay itself, like all medical tests, every test out there has false positives and false negatives, meaning negative would be a situation where the assay or test of whatever it is doesn't call the problem, and a false positive, it says there's a cancer and it's not real and you could have unnecessary surgery. The science behind this is very substantial, though, to try to minimize those issues.
Doctor, how do we find out more information? And more importantly, if a woman out there is interested, a trained doctor to perform this test?
Right. Well, the company that produces this, Veridex, has a website. And there are two different things you can get from that. One would be a patient information sort of Q&A or booklet answering commonly asked questions, and the other would be sites where this is clinically available. And the third thing, which I think is always important, is speak to your healthcare professional. The patient's own oncologist is the best source of information.
Good advice.
Thank you, doctor, so much.
Thanks for being with us this morning on The Balancing Act. And coming up, baby boomers who are taking care of their parents have a new home care option to relieve stress. We'll tell you all about that coming up next. Seniors struggle with the loss of lifelong friends and partners. It is vital that your parent is encouraged to socialize among others. Reach out to the local YMCA to find social groups or activities that will keep your parent engaged and active. Go to homewatchcaregivers.com for more info on exercise and creative groups for seniors. Be sure and visit thebalancingact.com all through November and sign up for the Gift of Music giveaway. You could be one of the lucky 100 winners who will receive a Yamaha guitar or a keyboard. Take your pick and play. Well, here is a statistic that I really find very alarming. Listen to this. Nearly 11 million non-institutionalized older people live by themselves. Also, home care providers are not brought in for help until it's too late. For example, they've fallen or their medications have been mismanaged, resulting in an unplanned hospital stay. Here to talk with us about the crucial role of a caregiver is Leanne Reynolds, president of Home Watch Caregivers. Leanne, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Talk to me about what kinds of services you offer.
Well, certainly home care is really designed to kind of care for sort of the physical and emotional aspects of a client and their family. You know, services kind of center around companionship services where we might be doing light housekeeping, meal preparation, transportation assistance, but also some personal care services where you might be helping somebody bathe, groom, get dressed, and so forth. What's really important, what's designed to do, is to really provide assistance with those physical services, but really provide that family with a peace of mind that somebody's taking care of them.
You know, and we just talked at the top a little bit about the emotional aspect of it, and I know for a lot of viewers out there who are dealing with this, it really is hard for a child to take care of a parent because you've got things like toileting, you've got things like making sure medications are dispensed on time, you've got things like cleaning gastrointestinal tubes. That must be just so difficult for a child to do this for their parent.
Well, and that's really what we really want to do, is provide some assistance in that arena. We really want sons and daughters to be the sons and daughters, and we restore that relationship with their parents. So we're really encouraging them to provide or buy home care services because we can provide that assistance.
What is your screening process?
Well, absolutely. Home Watch Caregivers has actually been in business for 28 years, and one of the founding principles of the company that my father started was really bringing in good caregivers. We support them, we train them, we educate them, and part of that is certainly also making sure that we do a background check process on them. Do they have good character? Do they have good care expertise? And what does that background check say about that individual?
And you don't just offer services for the elderly.
That is correct. We certainly work with people of all ages. Our goal is to be the premier provider of home care services to anybody who might need our services. So certainly we see a lot of folks who might be recovering or rehabilitating from surgeries or an unplanned hospital stay. Many of them are non-compliant when they get released from the hospital, so they get readmitted because they haven't followed their medication regime or with their physical exercises they're supposed to do. So we can really be brought in to make sure that that patient really stays in compliance.
Statistically, we know that the majority of children, adult children, don't live near their parents. And so how do you alleviate their concerns? And really, what is the process in terms of handling those kinds of cases?
Well, certainly, you know, they say there's about 68% of adult children do not live in the same community as their parents. So at Home Watch Caregivers, we really believe in what we call the client coordination process. That's making
making sure we stay on top of any medication changes, any changes in behavior or physical conditions of families, and we want to communicate that out to their loved ones, whether their loved ones are in that community that they live in or they are remote, which most of the time they are.
What other kinds of services do you offer clients?
We're very excited about an Alzheimer's program we have called Pathways to Memory. It's a custom design program really to work with folks who are facing memory problems and trying to help them restore some pathways to memories they might have.
And Leanne, where can we go for more information?
HomewatchCaregivers.com.
All right. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning on The Balancing Act and really sharing this vital information that can make the lives of a lot of children caring for elderly parents a little better.
Absolutely.
Thanks
We're here to
again.
help. Thank you.
What's new in the home? Brought to you by Sears. Having trouble selecting a color or the design on your next appliance? Now you can give your own kitchen or laundry room that special touch. Choose your color and create your own style with virtual decorators only at Sears.com. I'm Danielle Knox, and thanks for joining me on The Balancing Act. Remember, today is Election Day, so don't forget to vote. Every vote counts. All right, coming up tomorrow, as our budgets tighten, we have ways to make your holiday photo projects happen faster, easier, and cheaper. And a medical doctor with an MBA tells us business women how to maximize your health while building your wealth. We'll see you tomorrow.